Here we go. Game W of Logitech Esports or Helios Esports. Check these guys out. We've got Fury 5 taking on. It's VA. I don't know what it stands for yet, guys. Give me a minute. I'll wake up. Promise. Yeah, I still don't know what it stands for. Vazavi? So.
Dire team ban.
Right. First ban going to the Dire. Season 1. Logitech Gaming. By the way, guys, show some love for Logitech. They make some awesome hardware. They've been making it for years.
10 seconds.
Half of my
remaining.
desktop here is Logitech, so they make some quality
5
stuff
seconds
just for people to
remaining.
enjoy. So,
Reserve
starting out
time.
first ban, getting rid of that bristleback. They don't want to put up with him. He's just so
Dire
freaking
team
tanky.
ban.
Meanwhile, Fury 5 blasting out the Enchantress. They don't want to put up with her. She's apparently been a thorn in some people's sides lately, and let's be honest, her ult is pretty nasty. Especially when she gets the scepter up. So she can put
10
out a
seconds
lot of damage in a
remaining.
very short period of time.
5 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remind. Thanks for the reminder. I've figured it out myself.
Reserve time.
Now they're trying to decide who they want to ban. There's probably a list they're working on here. You've got Alchemist, you've got Venomancer, got Timbersaw.
Radiant team ban.
Still looking at Alchemist or Venomancer. Typical first round bans. Might even look at maybe a Nature's Prophet. Fury 5 is kind of going a little oddball on their bans, so we got to
10
make sure we know
seconds
what's going
remaining.
on here when they're trying to pick out what they got.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
And they ban out the Crystal Maiden.
Dire team pick.
Sorry, guys. No freezing fields coming out tonight. That's actually the third game tonight that I've casted that they've banned out the Crystal Maiden. She's becoming a real thorn in people's sides, and they just don't want to risk it anymore. Invoker gets first pick off of
Radiant team pick.
Vazavi. Guys, I know I'm probably butchering it. Please don't kill me. Oh,
Dire
wow.
team pick.
Clockwork and Vengeful Spirit. Both of them good options. Clockwork gets in that fight, gets a little in too far over his head with the cogs. Vengeful Spirit can always swap him out. Plus her damage aura with her armor reduction really makes her a great all-around support.
Dire team ban.
And there goes another great all-around support that turns into a carry late game. I just saw a great game where he was doing Blink Dagger concoctions. Really does wonders,
Dire
guys.
team ban.
So, Rubik ban, Templar Assassin ban. Ooh, they do not want that nasty damage output coming out of a Templar Assassin. Or she just stands there and laughs at you, try to shoot her.
10 seconds remaining.
So,
5 seconds remaining.
banning out the Storm Spirit, high mobility
Radiant
they do not want to
team
put up
ban.
with, and it can be a real pain in the butt for anyone that's kind of squishy. So, even an Invoker has to be really careful.
Radiant team pick.
Killed out the Venomancer, pick up the Razor.
Dire team pick.
The ultimate, oh, you're going to try to hit me? I'm just going to take all your swings away. That static link makes him very nasty, and his ult really does good for helping with the team
Radiant
fights.
team pick.
Shen, on the other hand, heal them up. And a
Dire team
Beastmaster.
pick.
Guys, I just finished reading an article about this guy. He has gotten quite a few nice buffs recently, and at level 3, he can hold that mid fairly safely. So, I'd like to see him as mid personally, but the Razor heading towards mid wouldn't be a surprise at all. But looks like lanes are going to be Clockwork on a solo, Vengeful Spirit
10
with
seconds remaining.
Beastmaster and another support on the bottom with
5
Razor mid.
seconds
But
remaining.
Razor and Beastmaster could be swapped. Meanwhile, for Team VA, we've got Invoker
Reserve
mid.
time.
Because, I mean, really, Invoker doesn't get played many other places. He can. You don't see a lot of Invoker lane in, tournament level play. Alchemist is going to be support. Chin, probably jungle support. So both of those are going to be in the bottom lane, making sure they control the jungle and support whichever hero they pick up. And Mirana. It's always nice to have a second hero coming out of nowhere to knock people out. And, of course, the insta-smoke, but you don't have to buy it because she gets her ult. That's going to really allow a lot of mobility and a lot of ganking to come out on Team VA's side there. Final band's coming down. They're getting rid of the bounty hunter. No free money with that ganking lineup there. Thank you very much. And final ban. Come on, we all know you want to do it. Ban the Visage. Enigma gets picked up. Wow.
Dire team pick.
I'm expecting a full support Enigma here, unfortunately. So that black hole is going to be beautiful. I see it coming. Almost going to probably be a jungle support Enigma also on the bottom lane. This really allows for a lot of flexibility in the play right now. Team VA's got to kind of figure out what they want to do. They've got their 2 supports. They need an off lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Out of the pool that's left, Weaver would probably be the best choice I could think of off the top of my head.
Reserve time.
Oh, maybe a Juggernaut. I don't know though. Nature's Prophet. Okay, well, he does off lane very well too. But they usually use him to beat people to death as he pops over the map with Sprout and Teleport and Treants and Wrath because he can. So, starting out on the Dire side, because I like starting on the Dire because that's just the way I do it. We've got Scar on the Invoker. Linksys on the Mirana. Railgun has got the Nature's Prophet. Ryan Noob is on the Alchemist. Chin is done by XX, and they've got a sexy Jade Hoof. Now, flipping over the Radiant side, starting on the Enigma, I have I Steal Money. Followed shortly behind by Bloody Nine. Asung G on the Beastmaster. Jaw is on... Hold up here. Okay. Jaw is on the Vengeful Spirit, and Justin is on the Razor. Sorry, they were going in a weird direction. Using the Edeons to scout the lane here. Wants to make sure he has some sort of control. Had to actually
30 seconds.
Get some control over that rune. They don't want to really put any issues there. Forward ward's going to really allow that lane to be aggressive when needs to be. Mirana being babysat by an Alchemist and the Chin. Going to allow the Nature's Prophet to control the bottom lane on a solo with the Invoker in the mid. Vengeful Spirit putting out some wards, make sure she's doing her job. Got her stun up as first pick, of course.
The battle begins.
Razor hasn't picked really what he wants to do yet, but watches, sees the illusion room, scoops it up.
Illusion.
Now, Edeon to deny one of the creeps there. Beastmaster is going to go ahead and put a little bit of a slowdown on that fight. Wants to make sure that it's all used right. And Clockwork's going to take his hike. Just wants to slowly keep the pressure on. But up against the Clockwork and the Mirana, he's going to have to be very careful he doesn't get caught with a bad stun. Yeah, if he gets Cogs up first before the stun lands, he should be fine, because they're both kind of delayed stuns. It's going to be reaction time, really, unfortunately. Beastmaster putting the pressure on Invoker to start. He's not going to run that risk. He's going to keep the pressure on, though. And those axes just do so much damage. I don't think people really respect those axes sometimes. There he goes. Clears out a nice little wave. So, we're going to actually see Beastmaster mid. So this is going to be very entertaining to watch as it starts moving in 4 directions. Enigma is in the jungle and looks like he has very little intentions of not being in the jungle. Meanwhile, Chin's doing the exact same thing. Started stacking a camp and went straight into handling it with the Wild Wing. Razor, on the other hand, just going to kind of sit here and take free farm. No major issues, no major worries. Vengeful Spirit just kind of keeping the pressure on, making sure Aura's over there to do what it needs to do. But just not taking any risks. They're thinking about messing with that Nature's Prophet. They're going to keep the pressure on him. Just kind of scare him out of lane a little. Razor's going to be able to easily farm over this. No major issues. He's easily doubling the farm right now of the Nature's Prophet. Meanwhile, Clockwork is doing his best to pull lanes. He wants to keep his farm up and deny as much as he can to the Mirana, who on the other hand is slowing down her creep wave just so she can take back the farm. Oh, look, this made a nice little stack for him. They love stacks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So, Clockwork's going to try to do what he can to keep up. Radiant, on the other hand, is doing an excellent job of getting their stacks up. They're slowly getting the last hit lead all the way around, and as long as they can keep the pressure going, they'll keep this game going in the directions they need to. Beastmaster scoops up a regen rune, all the way back up full, because he needs it. First blood on
it was
the
ours
Clockwork.
all along.
Just one time of getting dove, guys. There's so much hate in that lane. You always tell when he's not quick enough, right? Now, meanwhile, Beastmaster's doing his best to control the mid. Hasn't really pressured the tower that much yet, but he's level 4. He can kind of control the lane fairly safely now. Scout Hawk's out. He can kind of watch the runes without having to have wards on him right now. So he's just going to sit back, get his farm up, and just enjoy it. Meanwhile, Iniga's already farmed up his Arcanians. And he's thinking about taking on the Invoker. Kind of got spotted out a little too early. Didn't really get his mouthpiece off. So he's going to kind of fall back. But not really slowing him down as much as you'd think. I mean, for example, you still have Razor farming very well in lane. Not even being slowed down really by this Nature's Prophet. With the treants and all. So he's just going to keep taking his farm. Meanwhile, Chin's smoked up, coming up on the backside of the Clockwork. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of action going on here as soon as Clockwork gets out of position again. He's got himself a Centaur. Centaur is nice and smoked. Now, Clockwork knows something up. Just can't really get in the right position. There he goes. Got himself in a lot of trouble here, though. Just cannot get in the right position to shut down that. Between the arrow, the concoction, what is it, Test of Faith, and Invoker's Sunstrike, just slowly takes him out. But
Radiant structures are
it is what it
fortified.
is. You just got to keep controlling the lane and not die as much. Is that not the whole role of the off lane? Here he is coming back on lane again. He's going to try to slowly keep the pressure off, but they lose the top tower. And at this point, you just kind of have to slowly lead to this lane being a little overrun at this point. Clockwork's coming back. Oh, smoke on the Alchemist. Is he planning on using it? He hasn't actually got it yet. Rana's ready. She's almost level 6. Once she gets that level 6, insta-smokes are going to start coming off here, and they're going to be all over this map. Clockwork, though, almost has that hook shot, and yet again, once hook shot's online, it's fair game on who dies. Invoker mid is going to have to be very careful here. Oh, Roar is up on the Beastmaster, and he's going to look for things he can start picking off now, too. Enigma hasn't wasted any time, got the black hole up and online. Only person offline right now is Vengeful Spirit, as she's just been literally feeding every bit of the experience she can to Razor. This is really kind of moving towards a level issue, because everybody is level 6 except for 2 on the Radiant
Dire's
side.
bottom tower is under attack.
Because they've done so well of feeding that farm to them. They want to make sure the damage is properly put out when needed. Oh, they're going in after Nature's Prophet. Pick off. There she goes. And might even think about going after the Invoker at this point. Invoker would have to be a little too aggressive there. Beastmaster's going to take the hit because he can. And Invoker has to be careful. They'll play this game and they could win it. Oh, a lot of damage coming out. Mirana gets picked off by the Razor. Razor has to be careful though. Got a TP out. Not going to make it. One of those you just trap guys. You have to just eat it when you get it. So now he's going to go over here. He's going to move down to the bottom lane. And they're looking to get a little bit of revenge on this. Enigma's in a bad way. Doesn't have enough mana to really defend himself safely. He's going to go ahead and start back into the jungle. But if he's not careful, he's going to get spotted. But Scout Hawk's out, doing a very good job of making sure nothing's coming his way. And man, those axes do so good, don't they? Total wipeout, wipe the entire line, and just pushes them all back again safely.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sentry ward up front, no more slippery, invisible walk-ups, but yet again, there's not a lot of invis heroes here.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
And Chin denies the tower. That's a big thing. They're going to really slow down their money coming in. And if you look at the difference in gold and difference in XP, F5 is leading in the experience, but it's back and forth on the gold. They're having a very hard time keeping that money coming in because of little things like that deny. So they've got to keep the pressure on. They're not falling too far behind in the kills and all. But Clockwork has his hook shot up. And I think it's about time we start seeing some very entertaining hooks and runs coming in on them. 4 of the Dire are in the jungle right now. They want to make sure they're getting that guaranteed money. They could play in lane if they wanted to, but in lane they could get picked off. In the jungle, as long as they have good wards or are in a large enough group, they don't really have to worry about it as much. But they're not worrying about it either because here we go, the Radiant is kind of grouping up in the mid and they're thinking about trying to push this tower. They really want to just keep getting the damage out. There's a double damage rune on the Beastmaster. He's got the mana ready, so he can really come out, pop out a lot of damage as needed. Alchemist, though, on the backside, tosses his acid spray, dropping the armor of everything that's on that line with a slow damaging kill. But they just don't have the response for this. Tower gets picked off. Beastmaster's going to keep the pressure on them as they all kind of gather up slowly into the mid. Beastmaster, on the other hand, looking to pick a fight. Sees Mirana up here on the easy farm, and they're thinking about trying to poke her out. Now, there's no wards really giving them away, but it's that whole you cross the river, run. We've all had that moment. Nature's Prophet, gonna go ahead and start working on the ancient stacks. And during that time, Mirana's done flip sides on them. So after all that hunting, didn't even get to find anything. Enigma is working on the mid. Gonna keep putting pressure on, just taking his time, no big rush. Smoke coming up on the top lane though. They are looking for a nasty fight. Now with ults up on both these heroes and Clockwork ready to pop in as soon as he spots somebody. There he goes. Clockwork found somebody to take out. Enigma came in behind him. And now they are looking to pick off the next hero. A lot of ults down here. It's allowed them to be very aggressive. Alchemist is absolutely got to be careful. But Clockwork, out of mana. He's going to have a hard time really keeping the pressure up here if he doesn't get his mana under control.
Dire's top tower is under
he's going to start building some of these items that he really needs to keep control on this. They're going to take another tower because of this. And Enigma's already defended the bottom. Nature's Prophet picking up his Midas because that's the only Nature's Prophet people play anymore. He just needs that money. I understand. Invoker's going to come over here and take top. Razor's going to go ahead and back out. Just be safe, not sorry. Pick up a new item. Vengeful drops a very aggressive ward so she can watch the jungle. She knows this where they're spending their time. And they just want to make sure they know where they are. Second Midas picked up by the Dire. This time Mirana's picking it up. She wants to get that farm in. She needs the money. She needs the experience. And this is only going to help her keep control over this. Nature's Prophet is just enjoying his free farm. And Chin's taking out his jungle fairly quickly also. Only problem is with all these guys in the jungle, they're having a very hard time keeping all that money, or all that money and all that experience from being shared. So every time they turn around, they're pretty much chomping on each other's feet, trying to find a place to farm. Oh, just 2 seconds too early, man. But now they're looking for somebody to fight. They see the Alchemist there, they kind of shoo him away with a flare, and they're thinking about taking out this tower. Wait for the next creep wave, dive in. Wrath of Nature comes in, but the mechanism goes off the Enigma, and they're going to put that pressure on that tower. Meanwhile, Beastmaster's in mid, ready to defend. Invoker's coming in down onto the top tower. No one really in position to defend, but Clockwork wants to find someone to kill. Comes in, poke, 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 walk away. And here comes TP response with the Razor coming down here. And just going to kind of drive him away. No major concern for the Razor. Just wants to make sure that they're not getting too much damage on these towers. While inversely coming around and putting as much damage as possible on the Dire side. Now, fours are out. Going to be able to really keep 2 of these out at a time. It's really going to allow Beastmaster to be extremely aggressive all the way around. Picks up an Invis. Oh, that's not what you want Beastmaster to have. Invoker's got his Force Staff, though. He's going to be able to move around a lot quicker now and just hopefully get in the positions he needs to drop some of those big spells. Like EMP, like, well, not even Sunstrike, but the tornadoes and so forth. Sometimes positioning is what kills you the most when you're playing Invoker, because some of those spells really have to be in just the right angle or right side to really be effective. Flares are coming in, kind of chasing him away, doesn't want to run that risk. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet still working on that farm. He's quite a few items away from what he really wants, but money's coming in. And Mirana ult engaged. So, without Sentry Wards, they're going to get in trouble. Vengeful Spirit has to be careful. She doesn't realize she's in trouble. There goes the arrow. Arrow misses. Sprout lands. Swap goes engaged. Does the damage. Tries to take him out. Gonna watch out. There she goes. She gets picked off as the Test of Faith goes down on her. And Enigma's in position, but really can't do the damage. Enigma really needs a Blink Dagger now at this point to really put the damage out that he'd like to. Can't really be too aggressive there.
Dire's top tower is under Radiant's bottom tower.
They're trying to take 2 towers for the price of 1, though. So they're going to keep the pressure on. Alchemist is being abused here, though. They're not going to let him get out. And, oh, here comes Beastmaster. If he's not careful, he's going to get picked out. Not able to get out of the position. Clockwork, on the other hand, just puts a total shutdown on him. Just kind of walks away. And there's an illusion rune. He's going to go ahead and pick that up and leave some illusions, keep them busy for a few minutes. Chin's got himself a mechanism, though. So not only is he going to hand to Gotham, he's going to mechanism at the same time. Razor, enjoying his farm, almost got his BKB going. So once he gets his BKB, they're going to be in a fairly good state. Vengeful Spirit still just kind of lending her aura around. She's only doing what she has to do, nothing major. Clockwork, I'd like to see him moving towards a Blade Mail or at least a Scepter. Could be a Scepter starting here at the Staff of Wizardry, but still too early to tell. Unfortunately, though, Enigma is on the run here. He's got some serious items on the build and does not want to play around. He's going to keep pushing out and doing the damage he needs to. Razor's kind of waiting for him to cross too close. There he goes. Drop the ring, do the damage, put the armor drop. Kind of wish the armor drop would have went down first, but, you know, hey, do what they got to do. And there it is. Black hole, baby. Oh, Alchemist waited patiently to get over there and do that damage. Mirana's going down. Alchemist and Nature's Prophet is the only 2 left. If they can catch them, they will kill them. But there's only so much damage that can be done. They try to get in there. Oh, Alchemist is in trouble. Gets picked off nicely. They're looking to try to catch Railgun, but they're just not able to get where they need to at this point in time. But cleaning up everything underneath. A lot of damage dealt out, a lot of good positions right there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think the only thing that could have made that go any better was if they would have gotten that armor reduction
Dire's
off first
structures are
shot.
fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, here comes Chen, Invoker. They're all coming in. They're going to try to stop him now.
Dire's
Enigma
middle
has to be
tower
careful.
has
He's got a
fallen.
lot of damage coming out. Oh, Nature's Prophet's going to find the Enigma, but forgot he had all the protection he needed to get away from that one. And now they're going to slowly walk back. Vengeful Spirit gets picked off. She didn't have the lifetime, the surprise for it. But she just got away safely. Well, she got taken out, but everybody else got away safely, and that was the key. Welcome to the life of supports. Meanwhile, there goes some flash farming coming out of the Clockwork. He's going to just keep him at bay. Nothing too major. Wow, look at the items coming down there. Vengeful Spirit picked up a Midas, Medallion on the Ogre, and Force Staff on... And I missed who got
I
the Force
could
Staff.
have hit Roshan with my eyes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Whatever. So now they're diving in on the Roche, trying to figure out how they want to deal with this one.
Rock it on.
Clockwork knows it's there. He's thinking about coming in. Hook shot's ready. Dives in. Pops the
Dire's
cogs.
top tower has
Force
fallen.
Staff's out. And now he's just going to come in and do the damage he needs to poke. Razor comes in, wants to get some of this.
Roshan has fallen.
And Razor stole the Aegis. He's not putting up with that crap. Beastmaster gets picked off by a Sunstrike, though. And unfortunately for them, Clockwork's on the hunt. And oh, they may have the Chin here. Oh, that stun, though, on the Razor. Stops the Chin, keeps him alive for now. Alchemist takes the death. Yet again, welcome to the life of support. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet moved down to the bottom lane. He's going to go ahead and put some pressure on. I think it's kind of that whole hope that he might be able to stop everything. But Beastmaster bought back and he is on the hunt. If he can find him someone to pick off, he sure
Dire's
will.
middle tower is under attack.
Looks like he's slowly building towards the mindset he might take some people out. So much damage going down. Can't get away if you can be seen. And he sprouts and catches him in there with him. Not what he wanted to do, guys. Bad things that happen to people. Oh, stun coming out. Boop. Caught the Enigma. But, unfortunately,
Dire's
Beastmaster's
top
in
tower
and he
is
wants
under
to play. Look at the damage coming out there, guys. Razor's getting picked off, but has his Aegis, doesn't really care.
Dire's middle tower.
And during all that, they're going to try to take him out twice. Swap by the
Dire's middle
Visage.
tower has fallen.
Ooh, Vengeful Spirit gets in there, does what she needs to do. Lots of damage coming out here. And Razor's got his BKB active and just wants to put out some serious trouble on him. Wrath of Nature coming down, just pretty much taking everybody low. Unfortunately, nobody has... Where's the mech? Come on, the mech. None of mana for the mech. They know somebody's around here. There it is, Nature's Prophet hooking in on him. Wants to do some damage. Gonna try to take him out. Picked off nicely. Oh, but be careful there, Razor. They want you. Mech's live, though, and used it effectively. Pop, 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 poke, poke, poke. Run away, guys. Clockwork's gonna go ahead and take some jungle farm. Necronomicon being picked up by the Beastmaster. And Razor's got a pretty good chunk of farm there. I'm kind of curious where he's going with it. Point boosters on. Oh, he's looking to get in that scepter, guys. Gonna be nasty in a minute. Meanwhile, Enigma's got himself a plate mail. Most likely building for a Shiva's Guard, but could surprise us all and pick up the AC for the team. Vengeful Spirit, on the other hand, been using that Midas effectively and going to use it consistently to try to keep stuff going. Alchemist is having a hard time swinging around getting some farm out of this. Yet again, so much has been used to disrupt the farm here. They have to be very careful on making sure they're getting the money they need to. That jungle has just been absolutely abused on the Dire side because they are over there constantly trying to farm it. Meanwhile, Radiant side's just, oh, okay, I'll just find me a place to farm, don't mind me. Beastmaster's going to go ahead and TP out. Not going to really run any risks here. And flip over here, go to a different area, farm that. Doesn't want to run any risks at all. Don't get yourself caught out by the only guy out there, so. Meanwhile, this allows a lot of farm to be done by all the heroes. Clockwork's doing his job, getting everything down. Finds himself an Invis rune. This is not what you want him to have. Necro 2 on the Beastmaster. And now he's just kind of thinking about what he wants to do with that book. Clockwork may find somebody, though, in his Invis running.
Rock it on!
Had to give up his Invis, try to hope he could catch the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet safely TPs away. Goes down to this bottom lane, kind of help deal with the problems coming up on their base there. Meanwhile, Beastmaster's just going to go ahead and start working on their farm. We're going to take all their jungle from them, and they're going to have nothing really to farm from. But we've got a nasty smoke coming up from the Dire. They know they've got to do something here shortly. Looks like they're going to try to take out the Beastmaster. Doing a lot of damage. They got him. Oh, they also found the Vengeful Spirit. She picks up an item, but just in time to get picked off. Enigma's over there around the corner, trying to think what he wants to do about it. He's not really going to step into that fight. Too much damage coming out. No reason to take it on if you have to avoid it. But now you've got 3 coming in on mid, and they've got to figure out how they want to take this fight. Razor's popped up his scepter, though. That's going to be a nasty chunk coming at him. The push, coming from both sides, the push.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now, a big thing to notice here is all these units are trying their hardest to catch things, and they're just not getting there.
Radiant structures
They need to get back and defend
fortified.
this base, make sure no one gets pushed out. Razor's down, looking for somebody to take out. Alchemist is taking the safe walk. He's not going to really run any risks here. They drop an aggressive ward, and they're just going to slowly walk away. Now, they should see the haste rune here. Alchemist is going to pick it up, hopefully put it to good use. And the Dire's really invading the jungle of the Radiant right now. Just really controlling the income flow. As you watch now, look at the gold graph. It's really taking a nose turn here as they're just slowly, okay, we've farmed up all our jungle. We're going to yours now. And this is going to really allow them to start catching up if they can keep doing this over and over again. Clockwork, on the other hand, trying to figure out what he wants to take out.
Shadow.
Has started working on his scepter. Almost has enough to buy it. I think once he has his scepter, the damage coming out of him is going to be really nasty. Razor's going to have to be careful here. Doesn't see him coming. Pops his BKB just in time. Sucks up the damage and just takes out the Alchemist for trying.
You can't escape.
Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet disappears, TPs away during that, and now they're just going to kind of walk in there safely to pick off whatever they want. Shiva's Guard's been picked up by the Enigma, and now at this point, he doesn't mind playing around in mid with the Invoker, because he can literally just suck up damage all day long, and Invoker really can't do much to stop him. A lot of damage coming out there. Enigma has to be a little careful, though. He does not want to get caught out, so he just kind of pushes him back and then moves right back into doing what he needs to do. Beastmaster, on the other hand, doesn't realize there's a lot of wards in this jungle, so he's going to go over here and start farming it. Oh no, he's on a mindset. He's going to stop Nature's Prophet. Every little bit of what he's looking for is how to catch Nature's Prophet. Already got his dust up, so he's hoping Nature's Prophet tries to get away. And meanwhile, he's going to kick out some serious damage as he goes in after him. But there's enough there to keep Beastmaster from really pressuring the... So he's just going to step back, get some more farm up, and go back in. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet picks up a Necronomicon. Roche will be responding in another minute as they put a lot of pressure on this front. Beastmaster's come up here, though. He wants to pick this fight. He'll take whatever fight he has to. Using Edeon to pick off. And now there's nothing but damage coming out now. They want to come in. They're going to put the pressure on. And Razor's ult's engaged. Shiva's guard goes off. They're going to put out all the pressure they can to take out everything. As long as that ult's engaged, they will slowly take out these towers. Uh-oh. Invoker's getting picked off here if he's not careful. A lot of damage coming out. There he goes. Gets picked off. And now they're still putting a lot of pressure, trying to take out these racks. First set of racks goes down, and they're going to have a lot of control here. You have to be a little careful. They don't want to get over-aggressive. But that was a very clean engagement for them. They picked off a lot, didn't lose a lot, and now they're able to put the damage out. Oh, invisibility rune. That's all you need. Clockwork loves invisibility. Allows him to disappear and kill things. So, Enigma's kind of on the backside. Hasn't really used his black hole as much as you'd expect. But it does have fairly long cooldown, so he has to be fairly certain that he's got a good shot before he uses it. And that's all it is. Looking at the item spread, we might even have a refresher build coming out of the Razor. Venge, just kind of building slowly. Looks like she might be working toward a refresher. Could be something else at this point. Beastmaster's got his Necronomicon level 3. Really been doing a good job of farming up as hard as possible. And Razor sees what's going on in front of him, and he's just going to sit back and farm. Knows he can. They also know the Roche is back, so they might try their luck on him. Oh, Nature's Prophet has been spotted out. Had to use his Shadow Blade to get away. Doesn't really realize they're looking for him, but they can't find him. There he goes. Trying to get away. TP. Nope. Not getting out of there. They took him out like he was a red-headed stepchild. Clockwork was thinking about picking a fight. Goes in. Gets across his own cogs. Slows them down. Not going to risk it. Alchemist comes in. Tosses that. Is not going to enjoy what he finds on the other side of this coin. Gets picked off very nicely. And Mechanism is fired. And now they're going to go ahead and take Roche because you can't really deny him at this point. Two major hitters are down. And oh, Clockwork was still looking for trouble. Was not done. Thinking about putting them down. Could not get the damage done. Mirana is going to go ahead and take some farm up though while she's waiting.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Razor's got that again. This is not what they want. So, Beastmasters come over here, destroy this front line, and they're going to go take another rack. Or they're going to take the racks now. Lincoln Sphere has been picked up by Mirana though. It's going to really allow her to be very effective in these fights coming.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks.
They took out the two racks, and now they're going to safely just kind of fall back. They've got enough damage coming down that they don't have to worry about it too much. They just want to make sure that the control is there. Oh, Vladimir's offer has been picked up by the Enigma. This is really going to help his team more than anyone else. But they're thinking about coming in and taking another fight. Couldn't really pick the fight they wanted to within Mirana. So they're just going to kind of sit back, put the pressure in on this tower. Mid lane's going to self-push itself at this point. Beastmaster's going down here. He's going to make sure that Nature's Prophet is not able to push and take another tower. Just keep putting the pressure on. Keep the scouts out. They're going to find where Nature is hiding out. And once he finds Nature, he's just going to come in and try to put out all the damage he can. Meanwhile, they're looking to keep farming. They're farming very well into this jungle. And, uh-oh. TP coming back. Just going to recharge all the mana and all. Start working on some more items. There's a refresher on the Razor, though. Going to allow him to be a nasty, nasty hitter here in just a minute. Because, basically, he can just wail on people all day long. Now, with that refresher, he's going to be able to do a lot of things they're not going to want. But, unfortunately, they can't seem to figure out where the other team is. They know they got to be around here somewhere, but they're kind of letting them get their farm without stopping all that much. They just found out where Nature's Prophet's been hiding, so now they're thinking about coming in and doing the damage to Nature's Prophet. But Nature's Prophet kind of felt something was coming on, flipped into the woods, and is just kind of waiting it out right now. He wants to see if he can get back in this lane and farm, or he needs to TP out. I steal money is hit pause. Alright guys, who's checking his wallet? Found out somebody took it. Someone stole his monies. Monies. So, now that we're looking at it, we've got Nature's Prophet getting ready to disappear out. He wants to make sure he's in position. Chin, on the other hand, got himself his creeps, ready to roll. But, unfortunately, they've got to defend this mid. They have to. They have to almost dedicate one person to it constantly, just because the Mega Creeps have been engaged. But Invoker's taking this time to go ahead and put pressure on this bottom lane, while the pressure is being put on the top lane. A lot of things can be done, but not really sure which direction they're going to take it. I hate long waits. R. It's supposed to be a G. G. Right, so they're still hunting Nature's Prophet. Not going to spot him all that much, but the damage is still going to be put out. And what's really bad is once this refresher gets fired off here, they're going to lose this top Rex. And unfortunately, Alchemist is the only defender right now. The rest of them are moving back, but Nature's Prophet is not there. Uh-oh. Cannot escape. Beastmaster is going to be able to beat him to death here. Scream. Poke, poke, poke. Stab. And that's not the situation they want to be in this fight. They kind of wanted Nature's Prophet to be able to pop back in and really do what needed to be done. Unfortunately, Nature's Prophet can't even get over there now.
Boom, there it goes.
I mean, looking at the overalls here, buybacks, Nature's Prophet could buy back if he had the money. But most likely does not have the money.
Yes.
There comes... Oh, they're trying to take out the Razor as hard as they can. Clockwork's in there, picking a fight, wants to take some people out. They are doing some serious damage over here. Just not enough to actually take this fight. Oh, be careful, Razor. You might get picked off by a creep. But there he goes. He dives into the middle of it, and he's going to kick out the damage. Doesn't really care if they've got all this there or not. So they're diving in. They want to take this tower. They're just going to keep the pressure on it. And unfortunately, they have to kind of hold back. Radiant takes the tower. They're not going to waste too much time there. You look right now, Razor's almost double the top two on their team. He's able to take the damage. He's able to kick the damage out. Scepter's been picked up. Boots of Travel and Necronomicon. Wow. Radiant is picking up some major items to really make them super nasty.
In your face.
And Clockwork just like, oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to go ahead and hook Razor. Because I can.
Rock it on.
Looks like they're going to have a little bit of fun now. Because they weren't having fun, apparently. Oh, look at that stash. He's finally going to get it. Finally going to get that blade mail. He's only been running this long without the blade mail. It's going to be nice to actually have him see one of his signature items on him finally.
Flares here.
Flares are going out. Doing a great job of scouting out the area with it. He's supposed to make sure he sees what's going on where. But once he has his man up, he's going to go over here and really put some damage out on him.
Flares here.
Man, he wants that guy. Just not going to let Nature's Prophet have a nice day at all. Every time he tries to go somewhere to farm, Beastmaster is hunting him out and just eating him. I mean, it's getting pretty nasty on that. Razor, on the other hand, is just enjoying free farm. They're having a very hard time stopping that farm. And
Do it with flair.
Treants are pulling the lane. Gonna make sure that lane doesn't get too hard pushed. But unfortunately, they have to kind of defend against this push because they're going back top. They're gonna get those racks. And they're actually kind of asking for them to stop them. I mean, the push coming out of this strat right now is just allowing so much aggressiveness right now. Here comes Beastmaster. He wants to pick this fight.
Dire's
He's like,
top
oh, come
barracks
after
are
me.
under
I
attack.
dare you.
Incoming.
Uh-oh. And now they're just kind of one fight for another fight.
Dire's top barracks has
Clockwork
fallen.
hops in, trying to take out the Chin. Doesn't activate his
Dire's
blade mail
structures
yet.
are fortified.
Wants him to kind of focus him a little harder.
There it goes.
There goes the Scream. Puts out the dust. No surprise hides there, guys.
A healing hand.
Alright, they're going to try to dive in on it. Clockwork pops in again. This time he's going to catch the Chin. Not going to let him out of there. Diving in, trying to poke some people out. Working on the Chin. Oh, they get... Oh, there we go. Razor's having a good time. Just poke, poke, poke. Dive in here. Damage galore. And gets his Rampage to walk out the door. And thinking about seriously taking out some last shots on him.
Victory.
That's GG, guys. That's why you do not let the Razor get farmed. So, give us a few minutes. We're going to switch streams back over to Helios Esports and keep feeding you some more games. So, give us a little bit, guys. We'll get you all set up. Stay in tune.